First name David, last name Homsi. I work for Bank of America. My current job is community lending officer.
Cool. All right. And then, how long have you been with Aria?
Oh, geez, quite some time. If we date it back, it was, I guess, post-pandemic or pre-pandemic, right? So I think when Tom was president. So that's probably easier for me to define a timeline. When was Tom Trung president?
Forgot. That was a little
Like
It was when
like
Tom was president. So
2017,
we
yeah.
joined right when Tom was president. I think he had just started the Boston chapter.
That's a
I think it
long
was
time
a
ago.
years before that. So
Oh my
it was in the 2013, 14, something like that, 15, somewhere in that era.
a long time. All right, David. So what do you like to do for fun?
Other than hang out with my kids, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's fun for me. Sit on the couch, relax after a long day. Listen, I'm an older gentleman, right? I've been around a little bit, so my idea of fun is networking with you guys, right? That's awesome for me. I love that. I get a pass to go out to ARIA events from the wife, so that's easy for me, right? Yeah, I'm very adventurous. Everything is fun to me. So even walking down the street can be fun. So I don't really have one specific
Okay.
idea of fun.
All right, cool. All right. So next question is, what is the mission of Aria?
It's to create real estate opportunities for Asian communities. I'm not going to read it verbatim, even though
Right.
I know it, but it's really just to create opportunities for the Asian community for housing, as well as networking organization for the real estate community as well.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. All right. And David, I know you already been joining us for a lot of the local events, but as being in the leadership position, we want to really be leading by example. What's your capability of being able to make it to more of the local events?
Well, I think I go to a pretty good amount of them, but yeah, obviously going to as many as I can, right? Unless the only conflicts I have is either childcare or work conflicts, which is pretty manageable. But yeah, as long as you have proper notice, which we do have, and I'm
Mhm.
able to get to them, yeah, I got no problem attending events. I've been to a good majority of them this last
Yeah.
couple of years. So
Awesome. All right. And as we are also a national organization, capacity to join us for our national events.
those are going to be a little different, right? Nationally, right? Of course, Conan and others can understand it depending on where it is. If it's somewhere on the East Coast, it's a little easier to attend. But if you guys are going to Vegas, right, that would require me to bring the group, right? So it is possible. Yes, nothing is impossible, right? When you throw enough money at something, it all comes true, right? So I have no issues with joining other events. Obviously, as being part of the board, if I am accepted, right, you do work for a large corporation and some things do require prior approvals. So as long as I have the okay from the person that signs my check, I'm all board to go. And I don't mind expensing my own expenses, right? And I've told that to my team, right? If I have to pay for something, it's fine. It's the cost of doing business in today's world. But as long as it's compliant and it meets the company's, depending on where it is, bring my family, all good.
All right,
Definitely
cool.
could join on other events.
East Coast one, I think the biggest one we have is probably policy in May.
In DC. Oh, Maine.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it was DC. Yeah.
it is DC in May.
Oh, in May. DC in May. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought you meant Maine. Yeah, sorry.
Cool. And David, how could you help our local chapter grow?
Well, the one thing that I've preached to you guys about, it's really just getting more sponsorships and more people to join the organization. So I think the biggest perception out there is in the title, right? Asian Real Estate Association. And I think that's where people get, I guess, safeguarded in the sense where they think that they can't join because they're not of Asian descent or anything like that. But I think just broadening the idea to larger groups and just letting them know, hey, me technically per se, because I'm Middle Eastern, you can say I am from the Western continent of Asia if you wanted to get technical. But others can still join. I've seen us have a vast array of attendees and members and sponsors from all different kinds of cultures. And I think that's what differs ARIA from some of the other organizations is that it brings all these cultures together and it gives everybody the opportunity to communicate, network. And in some respects, you guys are like family, right? So like Owen and Richie, Nancy, Martin, Charlie, right, Charles, we know each other, we work with each other, we talk to each other on and out of the events, right? And you guys are more friends and family to me than everybody. And I think that's what's brought me closer. Like Tom, I could text Tom anytime and he'll respond, or Dick Lee, or anybody in the organization that I've met through the Ronnie. List goes on. I've formulated bonds through ARIA that last outside of ARIA, and that's, I think, what differs this organization than some of the other nonprofits that I work with, because you guys are like, you have that culture of like family oriented ideas, right? And I think that's what brings us closer together. And when we're at events, it's like it's like never left off, right? We were just together yesterday, in my opinion, that is.
David, I'm gonna totally use that sound clip. That was awesome.
It's true though. You
Yeah.
feel that way with you guys, right? I feel like we're family. When I see you, it's like we were just hanging out yesterday. We've always been together when we're not even together. So
Hmm.
that's what makes this different from other places.
So I guess I'll see you for lunch tomorrow.
I'll be there. Yeah, I'm already on the list. Yeah, of
All right.
course.
All right, cool. And as far as partnerships and getting sponsorships, right? How comfortable do you feel with that?
Oh, very comfortable. That's what I do, right? I sell, right? So I sell my organization, sell my products. I would sell Aria just the same, right? And I think it really just starts with going out there and being in the areas you need to be at the right times, right? So a lot of the local communities, and I'm not talking about door knocking at real estate offices. Nobody sits in the offices, but I'm talking about going to other things that are community involved, and really just going and leading by example, like you said, right? Just representing the organization and just explaining to people that, hey, you can be a part of this too. And I think you've told before, I've told Conan, like, inviting people, right? Creating an invitation session where you can have an event strictly for others to bring one or two people to, at no cost to those individuals, just to give them an idea of what they're missing out on. I sure, as soon as people see how big and how awesome these events are, and how well organized the events can be, and the networking and what comes out of it, it's well worth all of their membership fees. And I think that's what needs to be done. I mean, we contribute to ARIA, and I think I've made the best of it through my organization's eyes. Obviously, formulating bonds with everybody, and not only that, but closing business. So, Yanni and I, we've closed so many loans just this year using our grant programs. I think we're at 7 for the year so far. So Johnny has been Johnny Long has been very productive partner of mine, as well as you, Henry. I've talked to a lot of your clients. I've sent you clients. You know what I mean? So it's not just that we show that we can work together and create that opportunity, even though not everything ends up at the end, but at least there's activity. And I think people need to realize that activity.
Awesome. Thank you, David. And next question we have is, what do you think is your strongest skill or trait?
I talk a lot. I'm comfortable. I'm adaptable. I can easily go into a crowd and make friends. That's what makes my job easy for me, because I can do that.
Very awesome. Just like a well-spoken and just like a personable person. So
I
yeah.
can walk up to anybody, Henry. You should see me out. When I was younger, let me tell you, when I was younger, there were stories, right? I had no problem being the guy to go to a group of people and just introducing myself and starting conversation.
And I got just a couple more for you. And
Sure.
so what are you looking to get out of Aria? How could Aria help you?
Well, I'm not really looking to get anything out of Aria other than just continued relationship with you guys and watching it grow as an organization, and just being part of that growth. I think is impactful enough. I'm not doing this primarily for anything that I'm seeking. It's just more to be a part of something. I'm already a part of Aria. We've been members for years. We'll continue that membership on with you guys, regardless of where I stand, whether on the board or not. I
Mhm.
just felt like I can be a bigger tool or asset to the organization, joining the meetings, having an idea, or being able to present an idea, and just seeing how we can continue to see the Boston chapter grow. That's all. I just want to see Boston be in the top ranks of ARIA National.
Me too, man. Let's go
Los Angeles has nothing on us, take them
Los
down.
Angeles, San Diego. Yeah, we got you. All right. And the last one, just for you, is just anything else that we should know about you?
Family oriented, right? Love my community. I love what I do as a lending officer, but not only that, but just giving advice to people that want to take their lives to the next step. I think that's been one of my passions forever. That's why I've been in this business for 20 plus years. There's not a day that I wake up and say, oh, I gotta go to work. Like, I love picking up the phone. Obviously, as a salesman, you guys know there are days where I just don't want to talk to anybody, which is, there are days. But when I'm on, that's what the benefit of my role is now. I'm not required like other parts of the bank roles to have to be somewhere. Like Conan, I'm sitting in my kitchen right now hanging out. My son is napping. You know what I mean? Like I don't have that. I have to go to the office. And I think that's what makes it different. Not everyone at B of A has that opportunity, right? I'm one of the select few, which gives me the opportunity to give out more of my time to other things like Aria.
Cool. Very well, David. Thank you very much for
So
all the answers, and
appreciate you guys.
thank you for making out here and having that conversation and that sound clip. That's gonna be amazing.
I know you saved the best for last. I know it, Henry. It's
Yeah,
all
of
good.
course. That's exactly what happened.
Thanks.
Anyways,
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
yep. Tomorrow.
All right. Bye.